driving people into homelessness.
Statewide, it's something like 20% of offenders are part of the homeless population.
Those subject to those restrictions, they want to blame others for their plight. I didn't commit a sexually deviant act. They did.
I'm visiting a remote community created as a response to these laws.
Everybody knows we're here. They don't want us in the city. And you can't blame them. They think that we're monsters.
The Village of Sex Offenders at bbcworldservice.com/documentaries or wherever you get your BBC podcasts.
Coming up in part 2 of the History Hour, recognition for the Gambian woman who's become known as Africa's Queen of Recycling, the South African musical whose all-black cast defied apartheid in 1959, and the man behind the invention back in the 1970s of GPS, who had to convince people of its worth.
He looked them in the eye and he said, "We don't want it, we don't need it, and if it is ever there, we will never use it."
First, a news summary.
BBC News with Justine Green. The European Union says conditions demanded by Russia for any ceasefire in Ukraine show that Moscow doesn't really want peace. The EU's foreign policy chief Kaja Kallas issued the warning after President Trump announced that he would speak to his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin on Tuesday about ending the war. Donald Trump has defended his government's use of an 18th century wartime law to deport hundreds of Venezuelan migrants suspected of being gang members to El Salvador. A federal judge had ordered a halt to the deportations. The Houthis say the United States have carried out further airstrikes against targets in Yemen after attacks on Saturday. More than 50 people were killed in the weekend airstrikes on the capital Sana'a. An EU-led donor conference for Syria takes place in Brussels today, the first since President Bashar al-Assad was overthrown in December. The new Syrian authorities will be attending the annual event. Canada's new Prime Minister Mark Carney is making his first foreign visit since being sworn in last week. He'll be received by President Macron in Paris shortly. He'll then head to London. New Canadian leaders usually travel first to the United States. Police in northern Macedonia are questioning numerous suspects, including former government ministers, over the nightclub fire that killed nearly 60 people. There are reports that at least a dozen people died in Myanmar when the military bombed a monastery in a rebel-held town. A number of monks were killed. A court in Georgia has handed a further prison sentence of 4.5 years to the already jailed former President Mikhail Saakashvili. His lawyer said the latest sentence was for illegally crossing the border when he returned from exile. Mr. Saakashvili has always denied wrongdoing. Hikers wanting to climb Japan's Mount Fuji will not be able to do so for free from this summer. There'll be a charge of $27 on all 4 main trails. BBC News.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at Ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at Ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medaste.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
at work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Birds flying high. You know how I feel. Sun in the sky. You know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Hey there, this is Archie, and it is Starr Radio UK and the morning show.
This is Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Monday edition of the morning show. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
Okay, so from now till 12:30, I'm going to be your captain. I'm going to bring you everything from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. As I say all the time, if it's making the headlines, why not? I'm going to be touching on it. So wherever you are this morning, listening or viewing, yes, stay glued to your set. But get yourself a hot or cold drink, whichever is appropriate, and let's take this journey, not to the unknown, but to the known, because I'm going to provide you all the answers to the stories that is making the rounds. If it's making the headlines, be rest assured we're going to touch on it. But I'm saying good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. Good morning to HRH Linda Pallien all the way here in London. She is in London at the moment. Yes, Linda, good morning to you, and lovely having a chat with you last Friday. Yeah, we'll catch up. Yes, in person. And then let me say good morning to Mr. Olayomi Koiki, my colleague and co-presenter. Yomi, massive good morning to you. To Bishop Adeshina, Anthony Adedeji, Aziz, Shamsuddin, Tassino, massive good morning to you all wherever you are. Massive good morning to the one and only Eben, all the way in Cape Town, to Felix in Aberdeen, Kojodi, Mr. Dantabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, Amani Man. Yeah, yesterday's program was fantastic. Yes, massive good morning to you there as well. And a good morning to the one and only Mr. Malik Dramani Mahama, Mr. Yawin Chama Free, good morning. Atakofi, all the way in Ashaman in Ghana, massive good morning to you and to all the inhabitants of Ashaman and the chief of Ashamani, massive good morning to you there as well. Let me say good morning to my baby sister in Ghana, in Kumasi, to Pacific. Yes, good morning to you, to all the Hammons, to their babies, and to every one of you who continue to support us on the Starr Radio UK Morning Show. I want to say all the programs that we bring your way from Starr Radio UK, I salute you. Let me say good morning also to Mr. Frank Davids in Ghana as well. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Okay, welcome to the program. This is how the program will go today for you. If it's your first time of tuning in, yes, I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, the weather forecast to follow suit, then the travel update. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe, and that is known as global trotting, after which we continue to look at some of the details of the stories that we put across. At 11:45, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussions. Then at 12:30, we bring the first part of the program to close, and then we take you to Career 101. Yes, we're having a pre-recorded one of the discussions with HRH Linda Pallien. I'll be telling you more about what we're going to be looking at this afternoon. Then, just after that, at 12:30, we'll bring the curtains down for the end of the program. So, that's what's going to happen. But as I did say, or KB Bossman did say yesterday on the Faith Talk, let me say good morning again there to Minister Isabella Elomesiama. Hope you are doing very well. And to Reverend Michael Esiama, yes, head pastor of the Power Word International Ministries. Massive good morning to you there as well. On Thursday, there's going to be a special property hour with KB Bossman. So get yourself glued up, and it's going to bring that your way. Let me say good morning to the one and only BB Clement. Yes, I know the program is going on at the moment. Yes, so I know if people are there, they're already there. Yes, BB, massive good morning to you there. And Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, massive good morning to you all. Yes, lady and gentlemen. All right then. So that's what's going to happen. But now let me bring you the quote for the day. It says, if you are not succeeding, the enemy of your success is you and no one else. Is that true? Especially those who spiritualize things very well. And you know that you are doing your best and you are still not succeeding. Say the enemy is you and no one else. What do you think? Maybe I'm not putting enough effort in there. Maybe I've not prayed enough. Maybe I've not gotten the necessary information that will require me or that will facilitate whatever thing that I'm doing. So, well, but whatever it is, yeah, that's the code for the day. Let me hear from you. What do you think about it? You can put it on our platforms. Mr. Yahweh, tell me free year. Massive good morning to you and to all the NDC executives in the UK and Ireland. Massive good morning to you there. All right, then. Let's crack on. Now, moving on straight to the weather forecast for you today. Well, it was a nice weather, though a bit chilly over the weekend. But, well, today we're going to be seeing overcast day, the odd light shower possible. Later on, the cloud will tend to break somewhat, allowing for a few spells of late sunshine. Now, skies will tend to clear through this evening and will stay widely clear throughout the overnight period. It will be settled night under a gentle easterly breeze. Top of temperature is going to be 9 degrees. The lowest is going to be 2 degrees. Sunset is going to be at 18:08 and 0 for tomorrow morning, 06:11 hours. UV level low, pollution low as well. We are arranged to get Mr. Yawin Tema Free here of the NDC to join us one of these days where we'll be looking at, yes, winning a majority landslide victory in the elections 2024. What can the NDC provide, especially looking at all the economic challenges that nations are facing, and Ghana is not exempted. Ghana is also involved in there. We'll see what. So are Ghanaians maybe over expectant or what? We'll tell you more about all that. But wherever you are, stay tuned. Don't tap the dial. This is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, let's crack on. Now, moving on. Let's go to the travel updates as well. So as we'll say on this platform, keep your eyes on the roads. As keep it navigated, I promise our bond. Now, some of you using the underground this morning, the Bakerloo and Victoria lines are experiencing minor delays. So if you want to check before you leave, do check before you leave or avoid that. That aside, all the others are running a good service. The major routes in London, A3 and Central London red routes are experiencing serious delays. So avoid that. That aside, all the others have no exceptional delays there. On the river bus this morning, well, issues here and there. RB1 is special service. RB2, from that RB1 from Monday the 17th of March, Doubletree Docklands Pier will be closed as we prepare to launch the UK's first electric cross river ferry between Canary Wharf and Rotherhithe. The works are expected to take around 5 weeks. During this time, we are adding extra sailing between Canary Wharf and Greenland Surrey Quays, a 17-minute riverside walk from Doubletree Docklands Pier. Some RB1, RB2, and RB6 timetables may have minor changes there, so please check it out. Okay, so RB2, RB4 has part closure due to all that Doubletree Docklands and that rehabilitating thing and bringing in electric ferries. Okay, now moving on straight to the London cable car, I can tell you there are planned closures. There are planned closures there as well from Monday the 17th until Wednesday the 26th of March. The London cable car will be closed for planned annual maintenance. So please check it out there. Let me say good morning to Reverend Emmanuel Chini, man of God. Hope you are doing very, very well. God richly bless you and thank you for your support all the time. Now, to the final segment of the travel update, that's the National Rail. The Great Western Railway is experiencing, it's offering special service, Island Line special service, and Southwestern Railway special service there as well. So on that note, as I will say all the time, as you normally know, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a commercial break. And once we come back, I bring you everything that you need to know pertaining to what is happening from across the globe. That is Global Trotting. Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 7 minutes past the top of the hour, and let's go Global Trotting. So, pertaining to the news that is making the rounds across the globe this morning. Well, where do we start from? Start from home here in the UK. Yeah. Well, charities and MPs want Starmer over benefits changes. Now, Keir Starmer has faced concerns from Labour backbenchers who have expressed anger at proposals. But they're saying that, well, at the moment, government has spent or is spending up to about 40 billion on welfare. But they think that if nothing is done about it, come the next year, we'll be spending up to about 100 billion. Anything? No. If people can work, why don't we get them to go and work? Or, yes, and they are saying the PIPs and all those bits, they're going to make sure that those most vulnerable are protected. Can they? Have they? Here we know that we use data properly. So have everybody been captured on the data? And how some people are actually disabled, their degree of disablement, are they going to be protected by it? And they're talking about mental health, where everywhere everybody's got some mental health issue that is going on, and when we are stressed a bit, it's all mental health and based like that. And therefore people can take time off and stay away. Yeah, they're being maybe paid a bit of money here and there, but government is saying no more. We want to stop that. If not, we get to a point it becomes unsustainable. But do you think we all agree? Do we agree with the president, the prime minister, and the government, or because it's a free money that is coming in, so we should go on just to take it? And again, the issue where You go to a household, and that household for from maybe the third generation, they've never worked. All that they try to do is to get the welfare from the state and be living on that, not going have nothing to, energize them or get them to go out there and go and do some work. So what do you think about it? Is the government being too tough and not taking care of those who are vulnerable in our societies, or actually there's something happening and there is a need to crack the whip there? But what do you think? Now, poorer children missing more schools and further behind after COVID, and some of the other stories as well. Short while that video site, families say as Ofcom gets new powers. Now, British stories missing after Thailand boat fire. I'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. All right then, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, let's move on. Now, in other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world, Russia doesn't want peace, says EU foreign chief, as Trump and Putin plan to discuss land. Now, President Trump says the US will speak to the Russian leader about power plants and dividing up certain assets in Ukraine talks. Which assets do they really want to divide? Okay. Well, they might say that, you know what, when the USSR was in place, well, all the development and those things that took place was because of the USSR. And then when it came to the disbanding of the USSR, everybody decided, okay, let's go our own way. We had Georgia, we had Ukraine, we had the various countries that got out, or the splinter countries, let me put it that way, got out from that union. Now, Russia doesn't want to believe that Ukraine has got a mandate to be a sovereign state, that they don't. They are not a sovereign state. So is it that they are looking at raking them in? But what do you think about all that? We're going to bring you. Everything is finished. Ukrainian troops retreat from Kursk. And then peace deal must bar Ukraine from NATO, Russian officials are saying. Now, everybody's got a right to decide his own destiny. As a country, we've got a right to decide our own destinies. And if they think that, well, this is what we want to do to get the security that we need, because looking at past events, they've seen that anytime they were, because they are vulnerable, because they don't have any protection, they don't have, defense. Let me put it that way, quote and unquote. The necessary defense that they needed, because back in the day when they also wanted to get nuclear weapons, there was that treaty that no, you can't get nuclear weapons and nobody will attack you and everything. And looking at events that is happening now with every country in Europe, actually upping their finance when it comes to defense, I don't think there is anything wrong for Ukraine to say, you know what, we want to be part of NATO where we are protected as well. But let's see, maybe having the Americans acquiring properties, or some of when I say properties, I'm talking about the resources, land resources, or minerals that are in that particular part of the world, that will give them the security assurance that they need. But I don't know. Let me know what you think about all that. This will come your way from Starr Radio UK. Your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. A sad one that happened yesterday in North Macedonia. I had one child and I lost him. North Macedonia nightclub disaster. I watched some of the video clips of it, and then it was like quite worrying. Taiwan revokes visa of pro-Beijing Chinese influencer. Of course, they will do so. And fresh U.S. strikes in Yemen, with 53 now dead. Houthis say U.S. deports hundreds of Venezuelans despite a court order. So the court can order. They think they don't give a hoot. They will get on to do whatever things that they want to do. So have we gotten to a point where it's just, if you will, the power or the strength, you can just do whatever. And well, not take into cognizance what the laws say. What do you think about that? It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Now, moving on to some of the other stories making the rounds this morning in other parts of the world, notably in Africa as well. South Africa should not be bullied by U.S. in Ambassador Rao opposite is saying the calls from the call comes after South Africa ambassador in Washington was given 72 hours to leave the country. Why? Okay. Thank God for a massive good morning to you, and thank God for a new day there as well, as you are saying. And I thank God that you're also doing very, very well. In other stories as well, I was duped into leaving London for school in Ghana, but it saved me. Well, a young fellow is saying, so what parents want to do, especially when you're looking at all these stabbings and everything, this gang culture here in the UK, what do you think? Angola refuses entry to opposition leaders from across Africa. Those are some of the stories making the rounds there. So I'll come your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Angola urges ceasefire ahead of DRC M23 talks. I will be telling you more about that there as well. And in Nigeria, exclusive. I got access to attend the IPU meeting in New York. Natasha Akpoti Oduagan is also saying the article rallies support for COP members who criticize Tinubu. Breaking news that is coming through. Ex-Lagos PDP governor candidate Jandor returns to APC. We cross carpet like no man's business, right? Is it because of our own political expediency or financial expediency, me, myself, my dog, or it's because of policies that they really think that, well, I don't believe in this policy and therefore I want to leave that particular party. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. You will be declared wanted if you don't return as scheduled. OSP to Ofuriata. The banter still goes on. And Damparis removal. Our suit was not to derail Mahama, Franklin Kujo is saying. Well, how do you see Damparis removal and the new IGP that has been brought in and the court suit that is there as well? Are we living in a state where there is a rule of law, or we do anything as we think? Okay. In other stories making the rounds in Ghana as well, the finance minister has urged the parliament to support 2025 budget estimates. That's in Ghana. And then, if election were in August 2024, Baumia would have pulled about 30%. Chairman Sabonsu is saying, why is he saying that? Maybe they've done their post-mortem and they think that this is what has gone on. In another story, cancel or review free SHS if students cannot be fed or accommodated. Cancel or review free SHS if students cannot be fed or accommodated, says Tumfo Asaitutu, the second, the Asante Hene. Now, the issue has been that when they were going to start this, we did say it several times. Some people are advocating, no, it's a free education, and some communities, oh, everybody can have the chance to go to school. But we're not talking about quantity, we're talking about quality there. And now, people cannot be fed, people cannot get good accommodation, they are just sleeping, anywhere, anyhow. We saw places where toilets have been converted into, dormitories. But the issue is, so now if students have to use toilets, where do they go? Environmental, whatever thing that is going on, there's a hygiene and all stuff. What do you think about all that? But now that Otufu has said that, so what is Mahama going to do about it? And if you're a parent listening to us as well, and you are called upon to say, contribute something to the welfare of your child in the secondary school, maybe not as much as was being paid, and taking it that the child is going to government assisted secondary school, and therefore you contribute something there. What do you think? The final one, Ralph Japan details how Dampare blocked police commanders. Well, so let's see. Maybe Dampare was at fault in there. But what do you think? It's going to be quite an interesting one, right? Yes, now we're going to take a break and enjoy this tune from the one and only Ata Kofi. And it says, open your eyes. Open your eyes. This morning you have to open your eyes. This week you have to open it. This month and this year you got to get your eyes opened. Enjoy it and I'll be with you. Stay tuned.
This is Starr Radio UK.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and I remain yours sincerely,
Archie on Starr Radio. Nobody does it better.
All right, and so let's crack on. What have I got news for you? Yes, let's go to the details of the stories making the rounds this morning, as I did say. So kicking off from what we looked at here in the UK. Well, what do you think about these move by the government to cut all the benefits that seem to be going on, welfare benefits? But Sir Keir Starmer is facing continued pressure from MPs and charities as the government prepares to announce changes to the welfare system this week. The government will outline plans to reduce spending on health benefits on Tuesday, but it's facing accusations vulnerable people could lose out. Now, ministers are looking at tightening criteria to qualify for the personal independent payments at PIP, one of the key disability benefits, but have abandoned plans for a one-year freeze to PIP payments after disquiet from MPs. A bit of a U-turn there. Now, but while a minister says changes are necessary, there is significant unease among Labour MPs about the cuts, spreading beyond Sir Keir's usual internal opponents. Now, more than 3.6 million people currently claim PIP, which is designed to help compensate those with disabilities and long-term health conditions for higher living costs, such as purchase of a wheelchair or having to take more taxis to get around. It had been initially reported that the government will consider not increasing PIP payments in line with inflation for a year, but the idea could be withdrawn after many loyal Labour MPs voiced strong opposition. MPs were invited into Downing Street for briefing last week, so the government thinking could be conveyed to backbenchers. Now, after attending a private meeting of Labour's MPs last week, one MP told reporters that freezing PIP will be unforgivable. Oh boy. Now, another quote is that some people have very complex disabilities. Part of the social contract is they are supported, they said. Another MP, a usual supporter of the Prime Minister, said most of us broadly agree that there is a lot of people who don't work but should and have no problem with getting them into work. But punishing those who are especially vulnerable and have severe disabilities is unacceptable. Now, backbenchers have also expressed frustration at the lack of communication from ministers. But on Monday, Treasury Minister Emma Reynolds asked Labour MPs to wait for the official announcement, adding, some colleagues are jumping to the conclusion about our plans before they've heard them. Now, in another quote, she said, we'll set out further details, but the severely disabled and the most vulnerable will always get support, and there will always be a safety net, she said. And support has come from sections of the party, such as Get Britain Working Group of Labour MPs, and who said the government has a moral duty to help long-term sick and disabled people to work if they can. Now, if you're listening to us, and maybe you have somebody, a relation or somebody that you're taking care of who is severely disabled. Now, you think that the assurances by government that these people are going to be catered for is, good enough for you? Or what about those who maybe they're taking, I broke my back or something along the line, and now you are better, and they say that maybe they could get you into a job where you can do something, okay, not necessarily breaking your back again or something of the sort. But at times you get people who get very, very comfortable in a particular situation and don't want to move or don't want to do anything. So whatever little money that I'm making from there is good enough to take care of me, and they go on that path. What do you think? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's hear your take on that. You can post your comments on our page, on the platforms that we are broadcasting on, and I promise you one thing for sure, we're going to be looking into details at it. Starr Radio UK. In another story, the poorest children are missing more school and falling further behind classmates, research has shown. Now, according to new analysis by the Education Policy Institute, which looked at people performance after the COVID-19 pandemic, children from lowest income families are now up to 19 months behind peers by the time they are 16 years old. How? The Education Secretary, Bridget Filson, said on the panorama COVID had led to a serious and profound shift in attitudes to attendance. She said lockdowns had cast a long shadow over the life chances of the youngest children. The latest statistics for persistent absence show 15% of the primary children in England have missed at least 1 in 10 days of school this school year, up from about 8% before COVID. It comes as the gap between the poorest students and other pupils had mainly narrowed before the pandemic, following years of efforts by schools. However, the report suggests it is getting worse. The gap, which is measured using GCSE results, will reduce from 19 months to 15 months of learning if school attendance was the same for people, it says. Now, Natalie Pereira from the EPI said, it is the first time a very clear link has been made between how much children from the lowest income families attend school and how far behind other peoples they have fallen. Her team looked specifically at children who have received free school meals in the past 6 years, which means the family income is less than $7,400 a year after tax and not including benefits. It is 5 years since the UK went into lockdown when schools closed to most children. Now, play groups and nurseries also shut with parents of babies and toddlers isolated with their extended families. There were other changes too, as health visitors were redeployed or in contact with parents online. Now, do you think that even if your children were have been affected by the COVID. Now, after COVID, what have we put into place? Now, again, when it came to, helping the kids to study or revise or read, what do we do? Now, this is a case where, should I say, a rock and a hard place? Now, if that while they were at home, you cannot smack that child. You cannot, and the way we reprimand our children now seems to be something on a different level there. So the people are not standing enough to say stop it and do this, so that the children will be able at the time while they were home at least read, because the fact that there were no schools or COVID, there was lockdown, that didn't mean that schools were not running. Some schools in a very poor communities, they had to supply them with laptops, and there was the availability that children who didn't have laptops or tablets could go and get it, or parents go and get it, so that the children will still be. The only thing is that they didn't have that freedom to be meeting with their colleagues and that environment. However, they had a family environment. Yes, I agree with the fact that some families or some homes were a bit hostile to these children. But again, as parents or carers, what did you do to help that child? And now we're saying 5 years on, and we say, well, some of them are behind 19 months. Meanwhile, it's not like the parents, most of the parents were going out. Most of them were at home with their kids. So what did you do as a parent to help that child? Is it that the child wakes up and they were on their games 24/7? Or? Well, it's quite interesting. If you think that what I'm saying, maybe I'm going over the top, or you think that maybe I'm not being sensitive enough to people's predicament, let me know. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I think we need to leave that one and move on. Breaking news coming through. The nationalized Ferguson shipyard has missed out on a crucial order for 7 small all-electric ferries for West Coast operator Caledonian McBrain. The ferries procurement agency has instead named a Polish firm, Remontowa, as preferred bidder for the small vessels replacement program. The Ferguson's, the last commercial shipyard on the Clyde, had vowed to bid aggressively for the contract and had made it onto a short list of 6 bidders. Now, the new launch class vessels are due to start joining Calmac fleet from 2027 onwards. The contract was a key part of Ferguson's 5-year recovery strategy following delays and cost overruns in construction of 2 much larger ferries for Calmac. The 50-meter, that is 164 feet, all-electric ferries are similar to ones it has delivered successfully in the past and could have given it a pipeline of repeatable work lasting several years. But the Port Glasgow shipyard is also pursuing other business opportunities, including defense subcontracting work from BAE Systems and private sector work. Remontowa, based in Nask, has previously built the Calmac ferries MV Agile, MV Build, and MV Flanagan, and was a runner-up to Ferguson's when the contract for MV Glen Sanox and MV Glen Rosa were awarded in 2015. But it's all coming your way. It's a breaking news that is coming through. Let's see how that pans out for this company, because they were waiting or relying on that to make ends meet or make the waves. Well. Newcastle United secured their first domestic trophy for 70 years and ended the wait for a major prize stretching back to 1969 with a deserved Carabao Cup final win over Liverpool at Wembley. The Toon Army were sent into ecstasy as goals either side of whole half-time by Dan Burn and Alexander Isak, but then put them on course for a triumph that will lead to legendary status on Tyneside for manager Eddie Howe and his players. Now, Byrne celebrated his first England call by meeting Kieran Trippier corner with a towering header in first half stoppage time before Isaac Pounds to finish clinically from Jacob Murphy's knockdown after 52 minutes. And so, with congratulations to Newcastle, after coming out from the wilderness, the 70 years and 56 years, respectively. Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, we'll be telling you more. Two European politicians dressed symbolically in red and white sent a message last week to Canada on social media declaring, "We've got your back." Also signaling support was King Charles, who planted a red maple tree on the grounds of Buckingham Palace and wore his Canadian medals during a high-profile visit to a naval warship. Now, Canada's new Prime Minister Mark Carney has arrived in Paris before heading to London on Monday, a day after his 60th birthday. Okay, oh boy, for his first foreign visit, hoping to achieve more than symbolic encouragement. He wants solid support from allies, not only in Canada being targeted like Europe by a raft of swinging U.S. tariff, but Donald Trump is making it clear he wants to take over his northern neighbor. Now, we appreciate all the symbolic gesture, but we need more public backing. A Canadian official told me in a voice which underlined the nervous disbelief shared by most Canadians. Trump is not joking when he calls Canada the United States 51st state. Now, how long has Canada been in existence? But here we go. And it says that he wants to take over. So is it not the same thing that Putin is trying to do by trying to take over Ukraine? Because they think that Ukraine should be part of Russia. So, it catch my drift. So all these discussions and all these things that is going on, what do you think it's going to bring about? What do you think? It's quite worrying, right? Well, this is the world that we live in. The animal kingdom, as I did say the other time, and it looks like some animals are more equal than others. What do you think about all that? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, let's move on to some other stories making the rounds. Donald Trump says he and Vladimir Putin will discuss land power plants and dividing up certain assets when they hold Ukraine peace talk tomorrow. Now, Moscow confirms a call between the U.S. and Russian leader is being planned but will not be drawn on what they will discuss. Meanwhile, EU foreign policy chief Kaja Kallas says Russia doesn't really want peace as talks about Ukraine take place in Brussels. Now, overnight, Ukrainian and Russian drone attacks continued, and Ukraine says Russia is still trying to invade the Sumy region of northern Ukraine. Now, Sumy is close to Kursk region of Russia that Russian forces are retaking. And we'll be telling you more as our correspondents are doing their best to address that issue. But because we are pressed with time at 11:43, let's move on. But peace deal. Now, Russia will seek guarantees that NATO will exclude Ukraine from membership and that Ukraine will remain neutral in any peace deal. A Russian deputy foreign minister has said, "We will demand that ironclad security guarantees before or become part of this agreement," Alexander Khrushchev told Russian media outlet Investia. Now, part of these guarantees should be the neutral status of Ukraine, the refusal of NATO countries to accept it into the alliance. He said it comes as U.S. President Donald Trump has said he would speak to his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin on Tuesday. But looking at everything that has happened, looking at Crimea, when Russia took it, and then government had to speak to him and say that. Then he said, okay, yeah, we're gonna, they should be okay. We're not going to do anything further. And the next moment, they surrendered the eastern borders or the northeastern borders of Ukraine, or the eastern borders, and then decided to invade through that particular place. And that's what we've seen for the last 3 years. Okay. Now, if they say, no, we don't want them to be part of NATO, we don't want that to be, so that anytime that we want, we can come and just take whatever we want, and then we go. Take whatever we want. And Ukraine should also say, we want that, because that gives us the security assurance that we need. Unless, of course, we're going to be getting the Americans saying that, yeah, rest assured, we are going to be there to defend you. Then it will be okay for them to say that they shouldn't be allowed to join NATO. I don't know, but let me know what you think about that issue if you are the peace broker on this front. Starr Radio UK, a quarter to 12 the time, the morning show, the program. Now, if you have any suggestions, any calls, or anything that you want to do, call us on 0208-133-2257 or text us at 0753-966-1744 or tweet at us. Our Twitter handle is at Starr Radio UK and a big .com there. Let us hear from you. Our X handle is at Starr Radio UK and email address is info@starradiouk.com. All right, then. You can also Skype at us. Our Skype ID is Starr Radio UK 1. All right, let's move on. To other parts of the world. Notably, I think one other story from the US, and we come to Africa. Well, the White House has denied an accusation from rights group that it flouted due process by defying a judge's order during the mass deportation at the weekend. A group of 238 alleged Venezuelan gang members plus 23 alleged members of the international MS-13 gang were sent from the U.S. to a prison in El Salvador. Some of them were removed from the country under law not used since World War II. The move came despite a temporary block issued by a judge. The White House said the judge's order itself was not lawful and was issued after the group was deported. Neither the U.S. government nor El Salvador has identified the detainees or provided details of their alleged criminality or gang membership. Well, you look that way, smell that way, you quack that way, then we think that you are a gang member. So we got to throw you in there. We saw you waving at somebody who we know that is a gang member. So you might be a gang member. It's quite an interesting one, right? Well, it is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And let's move on. On the African front, opposition parties in South Africa have called on its president not to be bullied by the U.S. After Washington expelled Ambassador Ambassador Ibrahim Russell, giving him just 72 hours to leave the country. Now, Russell was declared an unwelcome person of the U.S. State Secretary Marco Rubio called him a race-baiting politician who hates America on Friday. Now, tensions between South Africa and the U.S. have been on a downward spiral since U.S. President Donald Trump came into office. Now, however, South Africa's Minister of International Relations, Ronald Lamola, told a public broadcaster that it is not helpful to engage in Twitter diplomacy, saying the two countries need to talk face to face. Other politicians were less measured in their response. Julius Malema's Opposition Economic Freedom Fighters Party issued a scathing statement against the U.S., calling on South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa to not allow the country to be bullied by the orange clown occupying the White House. Now, Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania, Secretary General Apapo, also condemned the U.S. decision, calling it an attack on South Africa's sovereignty and an attempt to dictate policy in the country. Now, South Africa is not a puppet of the U.S. We have the right to govern our country without any interference, he said. Trump had been a vocal critic of South Africa's controversial land law, which allows the government to confiscate land without compensation in certain circumstances. Now, last month, Trump cut aid to South Africa. He alleged there was discrimination against the white Afrikaner minority, descendants of Dutch and French settlers. South Africa denies this. Russell previously served as U.S. ambassador from 2010 to 2015 when Barack Obama was president. He was appointed as ambassador again in 2024 because of his previous experience and extensive network of Washington contact. But despite his record, he has faced challenges setting up meetings with Trump. One unnamed South African diplomat said that someone with ambassador's history of pro-Palestine politics, among other things, is not likely to do well in that job right now. The Democratic Alliance, a coalition partner in South Africa's government of national unity, has questioned why the largest party, the African National Congress, was still choosing all its foreign diplomats. It's simply just not right that the ANC has got carte blanche on foreign policy and the appointment of diplomats while they are only 39% party. DA spokesperson Willie Ocamp said, as he called for members of the GNU to be allowed to go to Washington to ease tension. Well, maybe to give yourself another cool time to live in the world, in that part of the world, I think it's about time maybe they change the ambassador, and at the moment they don't have a choice, right? Yeah, okay. Starr Radio UK. Now, the embattled member of the embattled member of the Senate in Nigeria, that's representing Kogi Central, Senator Natasha Okpoti-Odogan, has provided a detailed account of how she successfully attended the Interparliamentary Union meeting in New York, despite not being officially nominated by the Nigerian government. In an exclusive interview, Mrs. Okpoti-Odogan explained that she registered for the meeting online as a senator and secured her accreditation because she was already on IPU's mailing list as a past attendee. The senator noted that she personally funded her trip to the global parliamentary gathering after receiving approval to attend. I registered online as a senator. The suspension does not remove my legitimacy as a senator. I registered online and I got a pass. I attended the same program last year and was already on the mailing list. After I got a pass, I bought my own ticket, funded my trip, and participation at the event, she said. Well, so at least we know that it wasn't like she did some thing to get away to that particular place. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me bring you this one quickly and then we move on from there. The 2023 governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Olajide Oladiran, popularly known as Jandor, has returned to the All Progressive Congress. Now, Jandor, who resigned his PDP membership along with the Lagos for Lagos movement, disclosed this at a press conference in Ikeja. He said, our return to APC was not for personal purpose, but reflection of our commitment to the development of Lagos, said Jando. Ha! Woo! I rest my comment there, but you can comment on it, right? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. At 11:54, pretty soon we're going to bring the first part of the program to a close. But let me say good morning to the Zungo man himself. We'll be bringing his tune before the end of the program, or before we bring you HRH Linda Pallien on Career 101. The Office of the Special Prosecutor says the former Minister for Finance, Kenneth Furiata, will be declared a fugitive if he fails to return to Ghana as scheduled. According to the OSP, it acknowledged a lawsuit filed by Kenneth Nanaya of Furiata, contesting the OSP's prior declaration that he was wanted person and a fugitive from justice. Mr. Furiata formally requested the OSP to remove his name from the OSP list of wanted persons, with assurance that the OSP that he would make himself available for questioning on a definite date. The OSP, in good faith, on the basis of Mr. Furiata's assurances, granted his request and removed his name from the OSP list of wanted persons pending his personal attendance at the OSP definite date stated in release. That is the 17th. That's today. The statement. Okay, Mr. Furiata the statement continues. Mr. Furiata is mandatorily required to appear in person before the OSP on the 2nd of June. 2nd of June, apologies. If Mr. Furiata fails to attend the OSP on the scheduled date, he shall be entered on the OSP list of wanted persons, and the OSP shall consider him a fugitive from justice, whereupon the OSP will cause the issuance of an Interpol red notice in this regard, and also cause the initiation of extradition proceedings in any jurisdiction in which he may be found. Well, okay, so let's see what happens there. If I were him, which country would I choose to go to, so that if I don't want to come? But he got lots of assets. He doesn't want to lose out on that, does he? Okay, while some are saying that the free SHS should involve private school, or private school should be facilitated into the free SHS. That's Catholic bishops saying that. We have the Ashanti Hene Otumfuo Osei Tutu, also the second, also saying that that there should be a review or cancel the free SHS if students cannot be fed or accommodated. The Ashanti Hene Otumfuo Osei Tutu the second has expressed concerns over the challenges facing the Ghana's free senior high school policy, suggesting that a review may be necessary if issues such as food shortages, accommodation struggles, and inconsistent academic calendars persist. Speaking at the Mansha Palace during a courtesy visit by Education Minister Haruna Idrisu, the Asante Hene questioned the effectiveness of the policy in its current state. If the students will go to school under the free SHS policy and will not be fed due to food shortage, face accommodation challenges, and vacate after a few days in school, then it will be better to cancel the policy. Or it can be reviewed for those who can afford to pay for it, he stated. His remarks come amid growing concerns from parents, educators, and students about the sustainability of the free SHS program, which has been a flagship initiative of the government. The Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, acknowledged the challenges and assured the Asante Hene that the government is committed to resolving them. He revealed that his ministry is working on interventions to improve feeding, accommodation, and overall management of the policy to enhance its effectiveness. The free SHS policy, introduced to ensure equal access to secondary school, has faced criticism over infrastructural deficit and logistic issues. But then, as I did say earlier on, The Ghana Catholic Bishop Conference has urged the government to review and enhance the free senior high school policy to address critical challenges affecting education in Ghana. Now, the call was made in a communique issued at the end of the second National Catholic Education Forum held in Koforidua. The Catholic Bishop outlined several recommendations aimed at improving the quality of education and addressing policy gaps in the sector. They urged the government to fulfill its promise of including private second cycle schools under the free HSS policy and provide funding to enable them to admit some basic education certificate examination graduates. Now, this, they believe, will ease pressure on public senior high schools, senior technical schools, and technical and vocational educational and training, the TVT institution. The bishops also urge the government to review the double track system and phase it out within 2 years, citing the need to address the challenges affecting students and teachers under the same system. My niece and my daughter, Delta Racy Hammond, it's now, they are on holidays. She went to school for what? Is it 1 month plus? Or 1.5 months? And that's it. They are on holidays for how many months? And now we have to pay for extra tuition for her. Because if she stays at home, she'll lose everything that she's learned and that gap that has been created. But what about parents who cannot afford to be doing those things? What are they going to do? My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going to take a break. Once we come back, we'll bring you HRH Linda Pallien on Career 101. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial.
The problem of Africa is the elite. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is the elite. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. Them all go to universities. Universities award them degrees. Big degrees. Degrees. Big degrees. MSc in stealing. Bachelor of Arts, mismanagement. Another degree. Masters in looting. MSc in corruption, Bachelor of Science in nepotism, MSc in forgery, another degree, Bachelor of Arts in indiscipline, MSc in embezzlement. The problem of Africa is the elite. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is the elite.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Don't you worry, I'll bring you the full end of that song after the Career 101. But for now, I've got with us HRH Linda Pallien, and we are looking at how your environment serves your career. Let's move on straight up.
You surround yourself with the personalities, the like-minded or non-like-minded people you surround yourself with.
Okay.
So the physical setup, your location, the workspace that you have, and the way that your desk and your office is set up or your working environment is set up. So that's the first bit. The second bit, we talk about the people you surround yourself with, and the personalities, the like-minded or non-like-minded people you surround yourself with. So again, that forms your people environment. And then the third aspect will be the ideologies and the mindset, company culture. aspect of environment.
Okay. Yeah.
So, as this program is aimed at individuals, I really want to focus on what you can do, because there's aspects of the environment that you might not be able to change as an individual. But let's focus on what you can do. Okay, so when we talk about your geographical aspect, of course, if you're working on Canary Wharf or on Wall Street or in Silicon Valley, for example, being around like-minded people, seeing everybody go to work, doing the same thing, having all these networks and socializing with these people is completely going to boost the business image that you have. If this is your own business, it's going to boost your self-worth. You're going to have more of these intelligent conversations and collaborations that way. But also, if you're a business owner by yourself, where you decide to position your business is super important. So we have this analogy of the two stones. So you can sell the same stone in a flea market.
Yeah.
You can sell it in a dollar store, or you can sell it in Selfridges. And depending on where you physically decide to locate yourself, you command a different price point.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's especially important for business owners to decide which market they want to serve and where the physical location is. If you can afford to be at a high-end place, definitely do that, or take the steps to do that, or create the illusion of that, at least. Okay?
Yeah.
So physical environment is really important, and it serves the price, it serves the self-worth and the perceived value for your stakeholders, your clients, the people that can work with you, the people you employ. They see it as a result of where you're physically located. They see the value. So again, if you're working for someone, and this is on the other side, if it's not your own business and you're working for someone, naturally, if you work for a reputable company, a big company, that's going to give you leverage in your career.
Yeah.
When you're going for another job. So for example, if I said I've worked for the Big Four, or I've worked for the biggest hedge fund management, that give me a lot more leverage as a financial advisor than if I said, well, I worked for Joe Blogg's accounting.
Joe Blogs will not be happy with you, you know.
That's the same job, but it's completely different. Okay, so that's your physical environment. So you need to leverage it as much as possible.
Okay.
Let's talk about the people aspect of your environment, surrounding yourself with like-minded people and personalities. Again, this is the second aspect of your environment, which can hinder your progress or stifle it. Okay, if you're surrounding yourself with the complainers and the 9-to-5ers and the people that have already given up on life or any prospect of progression, naturally that's going to take its toll on you. You're going to be as a result of the people who you surround yourself with, or the people that surround themselves with you. And then you can't help this, right? You might be in a toxic work environment.
Wow.
And this is why you need to get out.
Wow.
Not people alone.
Wow. Okay. Let me. A question I just come in, and let me pose that one. It's talking about the physical location of your company or your organization, and one of them is asking the question. It says you normally locate your company or organization at a place where you have the raw materials to do that particular to carry out whatever service or products or produce that you come out with. But if you say that now you have to make sure that you are located in a very nice place, and therefore looking at the scenario where maybe the person is using or farm produce to produce something. Okay, so you use that. Let's take an example of a pineapple, and therefore you use that to produce the juice or whatever thing that you want to produce. So maybe the location is not the right place per se, and it will not be nice, but whatever they are producing finally is something that people will love. So when they talk about the location, they are asking how do they place themselves there? What can they do to improve upon that?
I love this question so much, and God bless whoever asked that question. This is amazing. Okay, so there's this thing in marketing called positioning as well. Even if you're not physically located, you can position yourself properly. So when we talk about a good example, we've spoken about pineapple, but let's use the example like shea butter.
Yeah.
Okay, shea butter is produced normally in Africa. As I know, Nigeria. Gold is another example. Okay, but shea butter is also sold in the Body Shop in the UK, Joe Malone, and all these products, these high-end products that make use of shea butter.
Yeah.
So they might be marketing, yes, it's produced from Ghana, but the packaging and the positioning, the geographical location of where they're selling it is completely different from the place of origin. Okay?
Yes, I can hear you, yeah.
So I know that I can go to a marketplace and get raw shea butter, and I know that because I do that. I've been to Brixton and bought raw shea butter. And it's also the same product that I will find as the key ingredient in my Chanel
Yeah.
moisturizer.
Yeah.
But why would I pay maybe 50, 70, 90 pounds for a little pot of moisturizer when I could buy the whole damn barrel?
In Brixton Market somewhere.
So you leverage positioning.
Yeah.
If not physical location, but marketing positioning to do that. So if you're starting your business, and of course, for example, and I mean, this has been disproved, so I hesitate using this example, but we also see this image of Amazon in the garage.
Yeah.
Where Jeff Bezos has a banner where he's physically written Amazon.com on there, working in his garage, versus Amazon that it is now. And I mean, you may have seen Amazon warehouses. Their positioning online is completely different to where they're physically located.
Yeah.
For example, you wouldn't see Amazon headquarters in London. You'll probably find them on the outskirts of a cheaper place but they're everywhere. Leverage the geographical and locational difference to your advantage.
Okay. That's good. All right. Listeners, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and it is Career 101 coming your way every week, every Monday from 12:45 onwards. And I have with me my own HRH, Linda Pallien. She can be your cheerleader if you want her to. So continue to listen to the program. At the tail end of the program, we put in the contact details across for you to know how to get in touch and how to enjoy everything that she's got for you. Yes, Linda, over to you.
Okay, so the third aspect of your environment is your internal environment. Okay, your mindset, the ideologies that you allow yourself to embody. Okay, so I always say stand guard at the door of your mind. I think that's a quote from Jim Verona or someone else that I like. I can't remember. But it's really important to embody the habits and the systems that will give you that mindset, because sometimes the people that are bringing you down, or the people that in your environment may not necessarily be supportive. So you might have a spouse, or your immediate working environment isn't supportive, or you may have grown up in an environment where crime is the norm, or doing one sort of thing is the norm. Now we can leverage the internet, we can leverage books, we can leverage YouTube influencers to choose our own role models and have those same desired traits that we believe as to the goals that we want to achieve. So having the right mindset is important in optimizing your environment. Okay, and when it comes to companies, it's the same thing. You might find a company that says, "Oh well, our culture," and a company culture is the personality of the company. That's the environment that uses. There's some companies say one thing, and it's not necessarily the same thing. The same.
Yeah.
And a lot of employees will say this. They say that customer service is up front, but yet allowed to refund the customer even if we know we're in the wrong.
Yeah. I think the other time, myself and Frank, we were having an encounter with one supplier. I wouldn't want to mention their name, and then one of the guys who came was saying like, "Well, our company, when it comes to their customer service, forget it. I mean, we have all those things. They're big, massive companies, so we are rubbish when it comes to that." And I said, "Really?" But well, under the circumstances, you can't do otherwise. They are the ones who can supply you with whatever you want. Therefore, we have to just keep on keeping on with them.
Right, but you can imagine how conflicted anybody would be if you're saying the company culture is customer service.
Yeah.
Yet really stifling that customer relationship. And as you said, you don't have a choice. But should you have a choice?
Oh, definitely. We would have changed it. Yeah.
Employers and business owners, and when I talk about business owners, employers don't, entrepreneurs don't think it's about them, but it's about you too. Even if you're just one person in your business, it's saying my company values is authenticity, and you're putting out things that aren't authentic, and then you're found to be fake. You've just ruined your whole business, ruined the whole brand with not being congruent to that environment that you're creating. So when we come to company culture, you have to make sure that you as the company embody those values, and you're allowing your employees to embody those same values, so that your customers and your stakeholders have the same consistent experience throughout, whether they're dealing with you as a leader or whether they're dealing with you as or a representative of your company. So the values are going to really constitute the environment that you spend your time in, who you're listening to, who you're talking to, what books you're reading, even the kind of music you're listening to and watching. That's your internal environment.
Okay. I was going to ask you that question. How can you enhance your ideology or your internal environment? But it looks like you've touched on it briefly there. But if somebody is listening to us and thinks, okay, well, maybe our ideology as a company is not something that we are living up to. Now, what would you tell them to do?
Jerome says, move, you're not a tree.
Okay, and when to this one you have to fly. Okay.
Serve you. First, of course, try and do something about it. And a lot of these things might be just having a conversation, because most people aren't aware that they're conflicting, they're sending conflicting messages.
Okay.
They might focus on the bottom line. Therefore, they put in policies that directly conflict the company values.
Yeah.
Who is in the company and can see it from your perspective to say, actually, what we're doing doesn't serve this company values. Can we change it or revise this and create a win-win situation? But you as an individual as well, your mindset and your ideologies, who you're deciding to listen to, that would really influence your perception of things. So sometimes people come to me and they say, I want to get into this particular field, and I've heard that it's super difficult to get into this field. Now that's the mindset they embody. They don't even know that that's the mindset they embody, because to them they believe it as truth.
Yeah.
So, and I find this in most fields, funny enough, in the music industry, in the accounting industry, in the law profession.
Yeah.
And on who you listen to or where those influences have come from, you think it's super difficult to get into that field. Therefore, everything works to prove you right. Whereas I know other people that will come in and say, oh, it's super easy, I can get it. The reason, a great example is TED Talks.
Mm-hmm.
And for the influencers that are listening amongst us, a lot of people want to do TED Talks and speeches and be on big stages. Right? Now I know someone who is relatively new in their field. They teach relatively basic stuff as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so this is my interpretation of what they do.
Yeah.
This woman is so bold and so fearless in trying to get her message across that she's ended up on the biggest stages talking about the basic things.
Wow. Wow.
Know too much about.
Mm.
But because she believes that it's easy to get into these fields, it's easy to get paid to do a speaking engagement, it's easy to go into a company and teach them about this stuff.
Okay. Okay.
To do that. Because that's her mindset and the ideology that she has.
Interesting. I know that time is fast spent, but what a thought just came into mind that having orientation courses for employees can also help that way. Or because at times, if the vision or the ideology is not actually clear, then those who are supposed to see to the implementation will not do a good job, and it end up you saying one thing and you doing something else. What do you think about that?
Absolutely, you've hit the nail on the head. I mean, you have to be able to communicate these values to your employees, and especially these people that are going to implement it. Okay, so if you're having a one-to-one and you're saying, and I know that this happens, especially in the big banks, because I have a lot of clients, the big banks in the UK, that struggle with this.
Okay.
So then KPIs will be sell more of these financial products. So they have this at the back of their mind, they need to sell more of these financial products. However, you're supposed to do right by the customer as well. But you know that if you don't sell more of these financial products,
you know.
So then they sit in this conflicting role. So you need to be able to communicate, and for every key performance indicator or target, that's what for every target you set, you need to be able to relate that back to the values that you want the employees to embody. And as you're saying with the orientation, that stops this conflict. Because if they can see why they're doing this and how it relates to the values, they're more likely to be behind it.
Okay. Wow, listeners, these are just tidbits of what HRH Linda Pallien can deliver to you. You want to know more, you're going to be listening to her. She's going to be giving you her contact details and how you can get in touch with her, and then she will help you on that front. So Linda, over to you.
Absolutely. So thanks for listening today. If you want to know more about environment and how you can get to the next level of your career, you can contact me at mycheerlinda on all social media platforms. I'm on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. My new book is coming out in September, and it talks about all of these aspects. I highly recommend it. Even though I do say so myself, it's a self-empowerment tool for you to be able to take it fairly low cost and be able to revolutionize your career and lead your career. And I think that's the most powerful tool that I can contribute to the world in my profession.
Wow.
So I highly recommend it. At mycheerlinda, mycheerlinda.com, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, get in touch, and we'll be able to work on your career together.
Thank you very much, my HRH. Yes, she can be your HRH and your cheerleader as well. So make sure you get in touch with her on all the contact details that she's put across. Linda, let me say thank you once again for coming in, and you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too. Have a beautiful day.
All
Thanks for
right.
having me.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Okay then. Bye bye. Well, so that has been HRH Linda Pallien for you this wonderful Monday afternoon, bringing you Career 101. And yeah, the environment, how it impacts your career. And you've had a lot there. So whatever the situation is, I will want you to get in touch with her and she will help you. But get your hands on those books that we did talk about, how to career success, and career workbook for success. He said that one you can take it even when you're going for interviews. To help you there, you can note stuff in there. Well, so ladies and gentlemen, this is why I bring the program to a close for today. It's been a pleasure coming your way. I'll be coming your way, God willing, tomorrow morning with another edition of the morning show. And let me say good morning also to Pastor Joyce Lawson. It was a lovely chat there. Okay, and thank God for everything that He's doing in your life. So I leave the program, but after this commercial, and I bring you the tune by the Zongo man, who says what? Say what? Say what? He says the problem of Africa is the greed. But let's take this commercial, a quick one, and then I'll come to you. Stay tuned. Don't go away. Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 002 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Okay, so thank you very much once again for joining us. It's been a pleasure coming your way. It's been me, Archie, and to every one of you who tuned in, listening to us, passing comments and everything, it is a pleasure coming your way, and you made the day for us here. So until I come your way tomorrow with another edition of the morning show, well, let me put it this way, I'm out like that. Enjoy this tune, the full length, from the Zongo man himself, The Problem of Africa. What do you think about that? Enjoy. Bye bye for now. Have a blessed day.
The problem of Africa is the elite. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is the elite. Africa.
Thanks for listening.
Them all go to university. Universities award them degrees. Big degrees. Degrees. Big degrees.
Online, on mobile, and soon on DAB. This is Starr Radio UK, the leading Afro-Caribbean radio station in London.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
MSc in corruption, Bachelor of Science in nepotism, MSc in forgery, Bachelor of Arts in indiscipline, MSc.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
The problem of Africa is the elite. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. The problem of Africa is the elite. Africa. Who run things, who run things, who run things. Some of them went to London
to London School of Fools, where they were awarded degrees in foolishness, PhD in stupidity, MSc in foolishness, PhD dishonesty, PhD in recklessness, Bachelor of Arts in selfishness, MSc in greed, BSc maladministration, PhD in quasi-SM, PhD pull him down, MSc Helio donkey. The problem of Africa is they leave. Who run things, who run things, who run things? The problem of Africa is they leave.